The trip for civilians to get out of Ukraine is a very difficult one, including Americans who were still in the country when fighting started. Fox 26's Tom Zizka has connected with a friend, and Tom, it's a former Houston area man who is among them.
Rashi, I first introduced you to Dave Maneker a few weeks ago. We went to high school together, and he also worked in Houston's oil and gas business. Since last summer, though, he has lived and worked in KRIV, Ukraine.
I'm very, very nervous. You don't know what's going to happen.
Dave Maneker is talking from the relative safety of a hotel room in Ukraine's western city of Lviv, a far cry from the relative calm streets of Kiev he shared just days ago. Now he describes an uneasy calm that is regularly pierced by the sound of air raid sirens.
I woke up and I heard gunfire. It probably was anti-aircraft fire for an incoming air raid outside the city. I think Ukrainians were caught a little off guard. They didn't think that the Russians would do this. And to be honest, I didn't think the Russians would do this. I thought it was a long stretch.
But now that fighting has started, like so many, Maneker and his wife are trying to get out of the country, and the options are limited. Air travel is closed, and a short drive to the Polish border, he's been told, is taking 20 hours or more before being able to cross into NATO-controlled territory. Instead, he's planning a 13-hour train trip to Hungary, hoping the trip is not disrupted by hostilities. Fox News reports a crush of people trying to board trains and gunfire in Kiev. Maneker says it has all been very sobering to witness.
As Americans, we take our freedom and we take our lives for granted sometimes, and we forget that there are people out there who are going to die for their freedom.
And part of the cost of that sacrifice may mean that there is not a free Ukraine to return to.
The most important thing is for us to make it out of here alive. And then we'll figure out what to do next.
So Ukraine is 8 hours ahead of us. Dave's train is scheduled to leave Lviv at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, Houston time. It originates, though, in Kiev. That's the distance from about Fort Worth to Galveston. If the trip is disrupted somehow, he tells me that he will take his chances going to the Polish border to cross there, however long it takes to get out of the country. Reporting live tonight, Tom Zizka, Fox 26 News.
And stay with Fox 26 News for the latest on Ukraine. You can also find more information on our website, fox26houston.com, along with the free Fox 26 News app. Just snap the QR code when it pops up on the bottom left of your screen.